Okay, so hi everyone. I am currently starting my episode 3 Thredup Thursday on YouTube. I am also doing an Instagram live while everybody switches over. The link's in my bio. Again, if you guys want to be in the live chat, just discuss our last week with Thredup, some issues that I have had, of course, and how to resolve them, what I'm doing to resolve them, and our plans and goals to move forward. Hi everyone, Plenty and Trendy, time to let it go or I go. Hi Darylyn. I am seeing if I am currently live on YouTube. Let me switch over. It says still going live. So last week I had some technical difficulties. There was a storm actually. I am actually in the basement right now. So last week my YouTube live was buffering and I didn't know why, because we have really fast internet, and turned out it was storming, so that could have affected my internet quality. This isn't working. So it still says going live. Alright, excellent connection. I have 7 people waiting. So I'm going to hop off Instagram. If you want to give me a minute, I gotta give my full attention to YouTube. But thanks for hopping in and saying hello. Feel free to hop over to my YouTube. The link is in my bio. It's also Thrifting as my beach, where we're just going to do a live chat. Alright. Hopefully we see ya. Bye. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear and see me. My screen is black. Let me know. Tom, you're like my #1 supporter at this moment. Okay, let me know that you guys can hear and see me, because like I said, my screen is black. Okay, I can't see myself, which is super weird. So you guys are saying that you can see me. Okay, it's just really weird because I can't see myself. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get started. Like I said before, this is my 3rd episode of Thredup Thursday, and it's not necessarily just Thredup. As you know, there have been several changes within this online platform that's a consignment store. It's been 4.5 months, maybe actually 5 technically, that I have been sending my items into Thredup. Hey, my screen is black. Huh? What do you mean I'm not live? People are in the chat saying they can see me. Waiting for... Huh. Okay, my husband is saying that my live, that it's not, that I'm not on. Yeah, Gino says I am live. Did I schedule a different live? It says episode 2. I'm supposed to be on episode 3. So I wonder if I went to a different one. I'm sorry, guys, for all the confusion. Like I said, this is only my third episode, so I'm trying to work out all the kinks. I'm sorry, guys, for all the confusion. Okay, he can see me now. Alright, anyways, like I was saying, I have a list so I can stay on topic, and I will let you know I'm only discussing probably about half of tonight's stuff Thredup. The rest is other platforms. As you know, I initially started reselling on eBay, and with Thredup making all these changes, I have actually not sent any kits in for 2.5 weeks, and I am trying to bring up my eBay store. I also cross-list to Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Etsy for the vintage items, and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook has been pretty active for me the last few weeks, and I just found out last night probably why. If you guys are not familiar with Facebook Marketplace, I would consider it. I've been selling on there for several years and started having the option to ship probably 6 to 9 months ago, and it was slow going at first, but now I have like super seller written next to my name, and so people I think are more trustworthy. And so I have been getting more sales, and I was super confused, and I posted on my Instagram yesterday, if you saw that, it was saying that somebody had purchased something, but the shipping was showing $0, and I never offer free shipping for people. It's just something in my business that I have decided not to do because I had previously done free shipping for a period of time, and I did not notice an increase in sales. So when I do my bookkeeping, it's easiest for me because I do my bookkeeping and I go by shipping. We're not going to discuss it now, but it works best for me to charge shipping. So Facebook was showing 0 shipping fee. So I canceled the order. And I was confused. I even emailed Facebook customer support wondering why it wasn't showing charge shipping because I never offer free shipping. And of course, they didn't respond. I don't really know that there is a customer support active right now for Facebook. If you guys sell on Facebook, comment in the chat and let me know, and if you are successful selling there. I sell mainly locally. I have pretty good luck with that. And I do ship also if I have the option. So the promotion for the month of October, which, yeah, the month is almost over, and I just found out yesterday that men's and women's clothing, if they are $20 or more on your Facebook, that it's free shipping. That means Facebook is paying for the shipping for you. So the buyer is getting free shipping and you're getting free shipping. So it's like a win-win. It is through the end of October, so only a few more days. Jennabelle, Shopee or Shop, 2 months and been good. Yes, I haven't had any complaints. I have had one item break, but that was covered through shipping insurance, so no issue there. But I've had probably 4 sales this last week on Facebook alone. But let's get back to Thredup. I have only made, I'll tell you, I've had 3 payouts this last week for Thredup. I used to get daily payouts, and then 2 weeks ago I started only getting payouts about every 4 days. Like I said, I haven't sent in kits for a couple of weeks, and so I'll tell you my payouts. They were a Topshop swimsuit. It was new. It paid me out $8.74. I had an H&M sweater, which I do not thrift to flip. It was mine personally. I got paid $2.51 for that. And then a loft sweater I made $11.14 on. So as you can see, very small payouts. I'm kind of pretty much given up on Thredup at this moment. And we'll see. Let me know, are you guys still sending in? I do have people frequently message me. I did, in my stories, I did like a poll. Was it yesterday or the day before? And people were just kind of letting me know how many days it had been since their kits had processed within this last week. And 2 weeks ago, Nanette, thank you for correcting me. 2 weeks ago, when you would send kits in, you would get, and when I mean kits, I mean either your bag or your cleanup bag or your box, whichever you sent. And mine was all going to Arizona, which it seems like almost everyone's is, either Arizona or Georgia. If your kits go somewhere besides Arizona or Georgia, please comment in the chat and let me know which state it goes to. Hold on, guys. I meant to do this before I started, but okay, so now according to people that are messaging me and from my own personal kits, I've had something at Thredup now for a week and it hasn't started processing yet. Yeah, Aria, I have probably like 4 boxes that I'm not sure what to do with. People are telling me that, you know, their kits were getting done within a few days and now they're not. So it seems like everyone seems to be pretty much in the same boat. If your kits are getting done like within the last week, if you have gotten kits processed within a few days, put it in the chat and let me know, because it seems like they are starting to slow down, and I know they changed their expedited processing to 3 weeks instead of 7 days. And like I've said in my previous videos, okay, so you know that huge glitch they had where we can only mark it up 50% of what Thredup would price? Well, they changed it back because so many people freaked out and they said it was a glitch, but I don't really know if it was. And so when they do decide to do this big price change where it will be very much less profitable for resellers, possibly not even profitable, they said they would give us a 30-day window, like a heads up, right? So we could plan ahead. But if you sent your kit and your kit takes 2 weeks to get there and then 3 weeks to process, that's 35 days. That means that by the time your kit gets processed, you're just out of luck because you don't have the capability to reclaim these items because they're going to go up for bid in that 12-hour window for these super cheap prices, and you're just going to be out of it. Unless you're wanting to get rid of your inventory and you just don't care, like you're getting ready to donate it, then that's fine. But for me, I have personally sourced all of these items at thrift stores and paid between $1 and like $1.50 each. It's usually my cost of goods, and I don't want to risk it. I'm scared. Okay, guys, let me know in the chat. Are you still sending in? I would like to know. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Some of this stuff I have posted on my Instagram, but not all of you follow me on Instagram, or you haven't seen it yet. Okay, so there is a feature on Thredup that I have not seen before until about 5 days ago. When you are shopping on Thredup, because I have bought a few items from them. So Tom, they don't take men's clothes, unfortunately, so sorry. I really wish they did. Apparently, Thredup initially started as a men's reselling clothes business, and then they stopped and switched just to women's and children's. Yeah, Instagram is not for everybody, but okay, so there's this feature when you're shopping on Thredup. You can do just in someone's cart, and I can't remember the other ones because I don't shop on there frequently, but in someone's cart, people will go through, and there's an option where you can be notified when it's no longer in that person's cart. There's also an option to have this auto buy feature where somebody can automatically purchase an item if it becomes out of someone's cart, which could be a huge benefit to a seller. Apparently it's 80% successful. That's what they state. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think that's a great tool to have. Okay, so Tom, are you talking about like a place to send your clothes to sell, or would you want to take pictures and sell yourself? Because men's clothes actually do really well for me on Facebook, Poshmark, and Mercari, and it's really easy. Poshmark would probably be the easiest for you because you don't have to really weigh your item. So, and that's usually where beginners start, but it's a great side hustle. And if you're working from home, like, you could actually make a little side money for it. 2 kits going to Georgia. They got one today and one yesterday. Processing date is November 12th. So yes, the 3-week expedited processing dates seem to be correct. Previously, they were being super quick about it, and now it looks like they're sticking to their timeline. Okay, moving on to some other Thredup news. Okay, something I also shared yesterday about Thredup that I did not know, and I showed a screen share from my phone to kind of make it easier, but it was so confusing to me, and a few people explained it more broken down, and it made more sense. It was still confusing how Thredup does it, but as you know, you have to stay on top of ensuring that you're getting paid out for your items, because there is no spreadsheet, no sales report that eBay and Poshmark offers. So it's frustrating because I have heard of issues of not getting paid out when you're supposed to. So I was scrolling through one of my kits, and I went down to my reclaims, and I noticed there's a button next to reclaims called transaction it was the button under reclaims. I think it says see orders. Yeah, it says see orders, and it's like blue font. So I clicked on it, and it says transaction history, and it's smaller font, but it's a bunch of your records of all the breakdown of the fees when you got paid out, but you can't tell. There's no like adding and subtracting signs when you are getting charged for fees like return assurance fee, or when you're getting paid out. So that was super confusing. I don't think it's beneficial at all for a seller. I think it's so confusing because the return assurance fee is $10.99. And a lot of times it was broken down into like $8 and change and then $2 and change for the total amount. And as it was explained to me on Instagram, it's because of when you get paid out from items that have sold, I always do expedited processing and return assurance, and it comes to like $26.99. So you have to make more than $26.99 per kit to be paid out, and so that's why it looks more confusing than it is. But I want to let you know about that feature in case you haven't looked at it yet. It may be interesting to you. Okay, so Jordan is saying that you're new to Thredup and you sent in 11 kits. Wow, that's quite a lot. Over the last 3 weeks, and 9 are live, but Thredup lost 7 items. I contacted them and they paid me out, but seemed like a high rate of lost items. Okay, that was one of my other topics. I have sent in, I can't tell you the number of kits, not that many. I am a part-time reseller and I don't put a whole lot of time into my business. I have 3 little kids, but Thredup was great for me for the few months that my life was pretty crazy with kids. So, lost items. Vandy's Closet, I believe, has a very good video on her YouTube channel about what to do when you have a lost box or lost items, because Thredup will say, okay, we'll pay you out this much for your lost items. What people don't realize is that they can come back and be like, no, you're going to pay me out this much because, and you state your reasons why. So, like I've said in my previous videos, you want to, sorry guys, I need to put my phone on. Vibrate. So you want to obviously keep a sheet of what you sent to them, like size, color. You need to be pretty detailed about it, because I actually had some items go missing. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, I had a kit that went live October 7th, and this kit I specifically sourced for Thredup. So I had like, I don't know, probably $60 into it. Okay, slime videos, is the expedited worth it? It was when it was 7 days. Now I'm going to say no, unless you have a large inventory to just get rid of. And also with the price changing, whenever that happens, I'm guessing between now and 2021, the pricing is going to change. And so you're going to get like pennies on the dollar, especially compared to what it is currently. And I've hardly had any items sell. I mark up to 80%. Some of the items I've lowered a little bit to like 70, 75%, and my items are like not selling. I don't know if people are trying to liquidate their inventory to just get rid of it because they're going to do away with Thredup for themselves as a seller. I'm not sure. Okay. So my missing items happened this week. Finally got clarification on one of it. Okay. So I always do return assurance, which is $10.99. One of the kits I sent, I've been waiting and waiting. My last live, I opened up a return assurance bag, and it was not the one I was hoping for, and I told you I had sent a pair of Veronica Beard pants that retail for between $300 and $500, and I was hoping to make a couple $100 off of them before this price change, and finally Thredup got back to me and admitted that they got clarification that it shipped, but there has been no tracking updates, meaning it never even got scanned in, so I can't see where it's at. It's like lost, right? Also, props to Lance Morrison. He's a USPS postal worker. Greatly appreciated. I know I highly appreciate mine. Okay. Anyways, so Thredup got back to me and said they gave me $50 payout immediately for the inconvenience. So if you did not know how to respond, you'd be like, oh, awesome, I got something, right? Better than nothing. No, that's not what you say. I came back to them and said, I lost 6 items, and I can give you a list of them. I said one of them retails for over $300. And so they asked for a list, and somebody was currently responding back to me, and I believe this chat was through, I have two Thredup accounts, which is, I know, confusing, right? But at one point you can get labels, so I opened up a second account with 2 different emails. So I use one of the emails, Twitter chat. I use the other one for Facebook chat because I don't want to cross them. Then they would realize I have 2 accounts, and they would merge them. Okay, so it was through Facebook Messenger, and this customer support was messaging me back immediately. So I immediately sent them the list of the 6 items that they lost. And I will read off real quick what they were. They weren't like unassorted brands items, you know, where my payout would be less than $10. So I'm hoping they will give me a decent payout. I have a feeling we're going to go back and forth because, like I said, they gave me a $50 payout fee for the inconvenience, but I don't know that you know what I mean? I think they're trying to hush me, really. Okay, here are the items. A Calvin Klein sweater dress, which sweater dresses can get marked up to $101.99. And your payout's like $50-$60 if it's sold at full price. But Calvin Klein sells really well for me. Yes, Vandy's Closet is an amazing YouTube channel. If you haven't watched her videos, go watch her videos. I learned almost everything I know when I started from her. Okay. Wow, Sandy, props to you for having all those active kits and a full-time job. Okay. The other items were, okay, this is a new brand to me. Kai Rand. It's B-I-T-T-E space K-I-I, or K-A-I space R-A-N-D. And they actually retail for quite a bit, and you can price them like $150, and they're a pair of pants. The next item was a super cute Vince Camuto long black dress. I got it at the outlet, but I could sell it and probably make like $50. Then I told you about the Veronica Beard pants, and then there's a pair of soft, it's like S-O-F-F-T, they're a pair of comfort shoes. And then the last item they lost was a White House Black Market blazer. And it was a size 12, which size 12 and up tends to sell better than smaller sizes. And those blazers, I've sold one for $125 before and gotten a payout of like $80. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to go back and forth with Thredup and show proof that they need to raise their payout for me. So that's that for the lost items for that one. Okay, the other one that I've mentioned in almost every single video about Thredup. I've had a kit there since September 24th, and the customer support kept giving me the runaround, like, oh, just wait, just wait, just wait. So finally, this last week, they told me that it was lost. It was in their warehouse and it was lost, and they would give me a payout of $120 because apparently that's my average payout per kit, because I normally send in free inventory initially, or mall brands have done really well for me. So I don't make a whole lot of kits. Went back and looked at what was in that kit, and I actually had paid up for some of those items on Thredup, like maybe $10 for a couple of pieces. Like one of them was Piazza Sempion. It's one of their Luxe label brands, and so I knew the $120 payout was not going to be enough because I had probably $70 into the kit. Alright, and paid out over $400. Okay, so Sandy, you have experience with this. How many times did you have to go back and forth to get that payout? Because this will be my first time. And they also, when they adjusted a price of an item that they had the brand incorrect, they corrected the brand, but they didn't correct the price window, which is just as important, if not more important, because it increases your payout. So, I can't remember what brand was it? Max Studio. Max Studio, you can mark up, like, pretty good. It was a dress, and I could have marked it up to, like, $95 or something like that. And when I asked for them to change the price window, because the brand was changed, but the price was not, they wanted proof. They said I needed to find out how much it was worth. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you can price it $95.99. They knew that, but they wanted proof. So I simply looked up Max Studio on Google, and it is pretty cheap new. You can get a brand new dress for like $40 to $50 on some websites. So I was like, crap. They got me. But it's so weird because they wanted proof. So then I went to my kit and I went and checked on the price point for that dress, and they actually had opened it up. so I was able to mark it up. But dress hasn't sold, of course, right? Okay. So that kit, they said, okay, we're going to pay you $120, or you can wait. So then I went and I looked at the items that were in that kit, and I was like, oh wait, no, I don't want $120, I need to get more than that. So I told them, actually they got back to me, they're like, okay, after further digging, we found some expedited processing kits that have not been gone through. If it has not been processed by November 11th or November 14th, I believe, then we will pay you out immediately $120. And I don't really know that I could argue at that point. I probably will, and say, hey, a couple items that were in this kit, and give them the brands and let them know that I should have a higher payout. Okay. Yeah, I've had something go lost before, so it was processed. I adjusted the price, and it kept showing as unavailable, even though all the other items were available. And like 10 days went by, and I contacted customer support, and they paid me out immediately for the full price, and they never told me why. And I asked them specifically, was it lost? And they just didn't tell me. But I got my money, so whatever. Because Sandy is saying that she had a pair of jeans get lost, and she got paid out over $400, and she got a pair of Clark's shoes lost as well there. And they all got paid out. Okay. Well, let me know in the comments if you guys have any advice or stories regarding your payout adjustments or lost items. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Okay, so the Purple Boutique is saying that they are sending in kits currently with standard processing, and it is saying that they will get processed December 5th, which actually is like not that far away. You guys realize it's less than 2 months until Christmas is here. I am like, holy cow. After Halloween, I think I'm going to start going through my Christmas and getting it out a little early this year. Okay. Moving on with our next topic. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Okay. So I discussed the missing kit, and the last kit that I sent arrived on this last Thursday, which was 10/23. It's not processed. I haven't been notified that it is processing, so I'm guessing it will be there for the full 2 to 3 weeks before it's processed. I also have a pair of really cute Michael by Michael Kors rubber rain boots, and they're like partially knit. The top part of the boot is like, looks like tweed kind of, and they would sell super well on Thredup, and I cleaned them up, and I showed like how to clean rubber boots on Instagram with olive oil. And so I kind of want to send in like one last kit. I don't know. I just need to bite the bullet and do it. Maybe I'll put that on my list tomorrow. Okay. Now I want to switch gears. Okay, so I don't have any more like stories or anything happened this last week in regarding Thredup. So I'm going to switch gears and discuss my other reselling platforms, as I'm sure you guys also sell on other platforms as well, right? And if you don't, maybe you would consider this and shift your gears, as Thredup is going to, I think, continue to change and be less catering, if at all, to resellers. Yeah, right, Sandy, it's like, where did these items go? But I really wish Thredup would give a behind the scenes, kind of like a documentary a little bit of their processing, like their warehouse on the floor. I would love to see it. Okay. Alright, so like I said, this summer I devoted most of my working time to Thredup. And now it's kind of biting me in the butt because my reselling platforms, like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, have been down by about 40%. And I would like to have money. We've got Christmas coming up, and just life, right? Okay, so I am challenging myself. My son now goes to school part-time, and okay, so I list these items myself, obviously, like eBay, and I have a store subscription, so it's not free, okay? But you have eBay is such a large platform. It's international, and I have international sales, you know, a couple times a month, if not more. And a lot of people are afraid to take the jump to eBay. So most of you probably saw on Poshmark, right? It's easy shipping, anything under 5 pounds, it's a flat rate, but eBay is actually not that challenging at all. I self-taught myself fairly quick, and you learn from your mistakes. Really, you do. And you can go to YouTube and, you know, get a crash course in eBay, but you'll learn best if you do it yourself. So eBay, I have never really ran promoted listings, which it's kind of like an additional fee to get your item on near the top of a search rank, and it will show a little word sponsored under your listing. But when you're looking something up to shop for yourself, it actually, I generally scroll a little bit. I don't go all the way down, right? Because time is money and you're just impatient. So if your rank can be higher, you have more of a chance of getting clicked on and your item getting purchased. So I've taken advice from Katie and Vicky. If you don't watch their channel on YouTube, they have a weekly Sunday show. They sell mainly vintage hard goods and streetwear, and I've learned so much from them. So they have encouraged resellers to do promoted listings on eBay. I've done it with a few items and had success, but I jumped on board and I'm doing it with almost every single item. So it's a small fee. You can pick the percentage. I usually do the trending rate, and I have been selling things overnight on eBay. And I'll check comps, but these vintage items that I sell are kind of one of a kind. They're pretty rare. And so some of them I model to kind of see how it looks and give it more of like a Depop image, I guess, because if you think about it, a lot of items that people are selling on eBay, like mainly clothing, is on a hanger or it's on a mannequin or a dress form. So when they see something modeled on a person, they like take a second glance because they're like, wait, that's a person. And I don't know if it's helped or if it's just the item, but my sales on eBay have picked up this week. Thank goodness. Also, so I would recommend if you sell on eBay, you may want to consider doing the promoted listing. And so like I said, I look up comps, but I always mark my price up higher to kind of pay for the promoted listing fee. So I'm shocked at how well it's going, and I just started doing it this week. So I'll come back and let you know how it's going next week. Yeah, Erica, so I have been selling on Poshmark for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, I forget. And I highly dislike Poshmark. 3 months ago I got a virtual assistant, and my closet's pretty big, like, I can't tell you how big it is, but it's decent. And I'm never looking back. Like, I almost forgot how to share an item today, because I don't share. Okay, yeah, cross-listing. If you are considering it, you should really think about it. There's great services for a small fee. Like Vendu, I personally use List Perfectly, but saves time so you can cross-list. Okay, so eBay has been great. You should highly consider it. I'll probably do a video, a quick, like, showing you how to cross-list from Poshmark to eBay, but I personally, when I list my items, I list them first in eBay because eBay has the whiteout feature for your pictures. So you can edit them directly on eBay to make them look like something you'd see on Google where it's just all a white image. So that's why eBay recommends using a completely white background. And so I do that, and it makes my pictures look more professional because my office and my photo studio is my kitchen, and I hang my clothing on a hook on my bathroom door. And it is white, but it's still not, like, professional. So, yes, Jordan, you're right. So, I also offer continuous sales on eBay. I adjust my price, but I don't offer best offer, which a lot of people do and have luck with. But what I do is I run constant sales of, like, 15 to 20% off. Because something I learned from Nicole State back, like, 4 years ago when she was selling on eBay. If you're an eBay seller, when you are selling an item, at the bottom of your listing, it will say similar items, and it will show everybody else's listing of the same thing with their prices. And a lot of times it will be cheaper, possibly, depending on how you price. I typically price a little higher because, like I said, most of the stuff I sell is vintage. So if you have a sale running though, other people's items are not going to show under similar. It's going to show your other items in your store. And I think that is a great feature and completely worth having a sale, even if you have to adjust your prices. Okay, that's a little tangent about eBay. Yes, I also need to do, I have this on my thing about Etsy. Okay, so I started selling on Etsy in January of 2020. So it's been like a good, what, almost 11 months. Now, my true passion is selling vintage, if you know, mainly apparel. And I only had like, what, 40 items on there for the first few months. And so my sales were very slow going. I don't think I had like more than 2 sales a month till March. But my sales, I can mark my items up like 25% higher than any other reselling platform. On Etsy, there's a different buyer. People are not looking to get something with the cheapest price, right? A lot of it is unique, one of a kind, a lot of like handmade items. So I sell the vintage items, and it's not about the brand necessarily unless it's high end. It's about the style. It's about your keywords, how it's styled. You need to be somewhat into fashion, knowing the trends, what's hot. Like, I love watching, I think it's Laura Von V on YouTube. She is an amazing videographer, and she models her vintage clothing. She also has a Etsy store. So if you're looking to get into vintage, she's a great person to go look at her store and get keywords to learn, because vintage is a whole other thing. But I'm still learning a lot too. So, oh, hi Jamie. Jamie is my older sister. She hopped in. Okay. So, Etsy, I have been selling, it was going pretty slow for the first 4 months. I actually considered closing my shop, because how their fees work is they're not a store subscription like eBay offers. It is 20 cents for a listing for 4 months. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Now, their selling fees are, they're a little bit, I think they're a little bit less than eBay. I can't remember is it 8%? Let me know. Yes, Sandy, I love Rebecca the Reseller. She is amazing. Yes, I love that. Okay, so something else on my spreadsheet. Talking about, okay, seriously guys, I thought I'd turn my phone on silent. Oh, it's Poshmark. Oh, somebody added something to a bundle. I swear, people do that though and they never buy it. Yeah, it says silent. Okay, so Rebecca the Reseller, she provides great content on YouTube. She is amazing. She's a go-getter for sure. Something that she has an Etsy store with all the spreadsheets to save you time. Oh, I forgot to show you my hands, guys. Do you see this? Okay. Pink hands. You can't tell because of the lighting, but my hair is normally like a regular brown. I got my hair color was starting to fade, and I went on Amazon and got like a red shampoo, so my hair would have like a red tint to it for fall. And it was just like a shampoo. I'm like, okay, whatever. It said to use gloves, but I'm in the shower and my hand's already wet. I'm thinking, okay, I don't need to wear gloves. I don't have gloves. So I put it on, and it stains like, it's like blood red. It's highly, highly saturated, and it was like $12. So I didn't really think it would be that potent, but the lighting is not the greatest. But let me tell you, it's like cherry brown, or I don't know what you want to call it. Perfect for fall, and I have like subtle highlights, so we'll see. But yes, I should have worn gloves. Okay. Rebecca the Reseller, look her up. She has great content. She also has encouraged me to branch out, and my husband and I are always brainstorming for ways to make money, right? And one of them is print on demand. Now, Chico and Tom, I don't know if Matt has mentioned this to you guys, but print on demand is where you come up with either designs or quotes, sayings to put on merchandise, like t-shirts, coffee mugs, bags, like whatever, really. I'd probably focus mainly on t-shirts, but I feel like I'm pretty creative with coming up with things, and my husband has like a handwritten list of funny quotes that he has come up with that he thinks would be great for shirts. So print on demand, if you're not familiar with it, I mean, you can YouTube it, and there's tons of information out there. So it's not, the profits aren't like reselling, where you go to the thrift store, pay a couple bucks, and you can flip it and make like 5 to 10 times your money or more. With print on demand, you pay for the shirt, which is usually like around $9, depending on the quality of the shirt, or I guess the quantity that you purchase. And so you're pretty much doubling your money, but once you make the design, and it's kind of like passive income, and so that's something that my husband and I want to explore. And Rebecca the reseller, I tried going back through her videos, but the video's probably a year old, and she had great content on that. So, okay. That's something on my goals list that my husband and I want to get into for Q4, because I think that would be a great time for people to buy funny t-shirts. Okay. So, Poshmark. I have a VA for Poshmark, and a lot of the stuff I sell on Poshmark is vintage, but I do sell modern clothes because I'm reclaiming a lot of my Thredup items and putting them on Poshmark. So I messed up on Poshmark. I think this is the second time that I have sent the wrong item to somebody, and it happened. It was only for like a really cheap pair of sandals. They weren't tracking, which I thought was kind of weird, and so I messaged the postal worker, and she apologized. She thought she forgot to scan the item in because I package pickup. And so I went to my email and I just screenshotted her the label, and she could just scan it from her phone with the barcode. But what happened was I clicked on the link for my email, but I never actually printed that label. I accidentally printed a label twice for somebody else. So some other buyer got their item and then these pair of shoes. And they messaged me and told me, and I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I didn't think I printed this label out twice. But yeah, I messed up. So I reached out to Poshmark. For some reason, it's been like 5 days. Poshmark has not gotten back to me. Like, they haven't. I don't know what's going on. I messaged them again today because the buyer said, hey, shoes still haven't came. So then at that point, I explained to her, I'm waiting for Poshmark to send a label to this other person so they can ship you the shoes. But at this rate, I might just refund her and kind of forget about it, because I'm not hearing back from Poshmark. Anybody in the chat that sells on Poshmark, have you been able to reach them lately? Because I tried contacting them through their customer support, and they're not responding. I get the automated, we'll reach you within so many days or hours, but they're not. So that was the hiccup on Poshmark. My sales also on Poshmark have been pretty bad. They were good there for a few weeks, and this last week or two, I finally started selling or listing to sell items, but I've had 4 sales within a week, which is pretty bad. Yeah. But I have money coming in from other sources. Okay. So the last couple days, I've made $300 or $400 selling items between eBay, Etsy, and Facebook. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a couple of those. I think I posted them in the feed and on my stories. Jordan, yes, I believe we are using the same company. It's $25 a week. Sometimes you get coupons, so or $25 a week. Sometimes it's less. And I believe we have the same one, and I absolutely love it. I haven't had any issues. Okay, so Poshmark. Well, I emailed Poshmark today, so hopefully they reach me tomorrow. Thrifty Maddie, you made it. Okay, awesome. Alright, so my Poshmark sales have been pretty poor, but I know vintage items don't necessarily move as fast on there. I did finally list, I had this super cute Michael Kors, sorry guys, I'm wearing this hoodie that I've never worn before, and it's got this high neck, and it's choking me. I told my husband, he's like, oh, I like your hoodie. I was like, thanks, I'm selling it. It is very uncomfortable. Okay, see what I said about my ADD? I just go off on random things. Okay, so Poshmark has been I don't know, I really don't understand Poshmark's algorithm at all, but I got this super cute Michael Kors, it's like snake print, tote. I can't remember the name of it, but I found this local place that I can dig through their like items that they're not going to sell. They call it salvage, and I can get items for $1. And I really need to utilize that more, but I have a huge pile, like money pile or death pile, you want to say. And so I'm really trying not to source. So I got this cute Michael Kors bag. I've had it for what, like a month, just sitting there because I was like, oh, I'm gonna clean it up and send it into Thredup. Okay, so Creative Heart. I have kits at Thredup. I'm not going to currently send in kits until I know their new pricing strategy, because I have money invested in this and I would rather sell it myself and make more money than lose money on Thredup. I'll tell Jenny I said hi. I miss seeing everyone. I'm like a little hermit now. We live in Illinois and COVID is out of control right now. And my sister works in a nursing home, and so she is frequently around people that have COVID. And so we're kind of like spacing ourselves out that more than normal. So, okay, yes, Poshmark has been slow. Back to this bag. I keep going every which way. The Michael Kors bag, super cute. It's been on my counter for probably a week. The inside lining had like pin marks and it was just gross, right? And I was like, well, how am I going to clean it? Like, I didn't know how, right? So I soaked it in. I flipped out the lining and I carefully had it soak overnight in a solution of hot water and OxyClean. I absolutely love OxyClean. If you want to think about getting it, you should, because it's a product I use regularly. So I soaked it, and you guys, it looked brand new, and it made the purse smell like clean laundry. It was awesome. The only issue is that the handles of the leather, which I showed this in my Instagram yesterday, I was wondering what to do about it because I cleaned, and it still looks like there's dirt on the handles, but what I think is that the tan color on the leather has faded off, and so now it's just brown, and it just looks gross. But the bag isn't going to make me a whole lot of money, like maybe $40, so I'm not going to invest in any kind of shoe polish or leather dye to fix it. So anyways, I finally got it listed. I think I started kind of high. There's not that many available, and it's super trending right now. I think I got it like, I don't know, $75, which I know you think is crazy, but honestly, I mark up higher than normal people. Like, not normal people, but like when you check like I don't really even check comps much more or go off of comps. I've been reselling for 4 years, and I've been like a thrifter my whole life, and I just feel like I'll go with my gut. I'd rather overmark than undermark. That's just how my business runs. I know a lot of people just want things to move quickly, and I'm not necessarily that person, especially since vintage usually takes longer to sell. So, okay. Thank you, The Fashion Flip, for tuning in. Did you come here from Instagram or just generally YouTube? I would love to know. I did kind of let some people know on Instagram that I recently had messaged that I was doing a live, because I know I put on my newsfeed, but the algorithm is so messed up that I don't see some people's news feeds, and so I don't really know what's going on. So I just want to let everyone know. Yeah, Sandy. Yeah, I think we're like in central Illinois, and I think the COVID rate is like at almost 8%, which I think is when they start closing things down again. So okay, this is just my thinking, and it's like take it or leave it, whatever. But I think with the flu season, I think that this whole pandemic is going to go like it did last year, where it goes back under lockdown. And I want to make sure that I have inventory to list, because last year when it was under lockdown, I had amazing sales because people couldn't leave the house, but they wanted to spend money, especially because of the stimulus check that people received. So I had amazing sales during that crazy time, which I was very fortunate for. So anyways, let's go on to my next, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so do you guys have any Halloween plans? Are you going to any parties? Are you guys just going to stay home? We have 3 little kids, and I figured since we would be outside and they would be wearing masks on top of their masks, that we could go trick-or-treating. And when I mean trick-or-treating, I mean like this super small little town, and we'll be gone out like 20 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. It depends how cold it is, because it is getting down into the 30s at night here, and we actually had our first snowfall the other day. Just having a friend over, yeah. You know, I haven't had a friend over in, I can't even tell you when. I've been a hermit for like a year. Okay. So, Halloween, I don't really think it's going to be, I don't think a lot of people will be going out, but like the town I live in, I don't even think they're having trick-or-treating. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be going out, but my kids are all about Halloween. It's one of their favorite holidays. My 6-year-old son, he's going to be a stormtrooper, and I got a dinosaur for my 3-year-old, but he's like super into Star Wars and stuff now, so he wants to be Darth Vader. Luckily, we have both, so they're just going to be Star Wars characters. Mask on mask, yeah, and I mean, if it's too cold, then I'll just go and buy tons of junk food, and we'll make it a night. So, okay, so preparing for this time of holiday year for Christmas. Do you guys sell Christmas stuff? I know a lot of you watching are probably just clothing resellers, but I also sell hard goods, and since Poshmark opened up this whole, you can sell home goods this year, I've actually made a lot of sales selling home decorations. And what I like is the shipping fee. I can send something that's £5 for a flat rate of like $7 and some change. And I always have the buyer pay shipping, so Boba Fett. Nice. Okay, yeah, I know. I had to scrape my windshield, was it yesterday morning? And I was not ready for it. Actually, one of the wipers popped off. When I first turned it on, luckily I didn't need them, but I had to go back in the house and get my windshield scraper. It was not pleasant, and I was like 5 minutes late to my appointment. Plus, I had all 3 little kids with me, so that was fun. But listing Christmas, now is the time to list it, because for myself, you gotta think of it as a buyer. I think since people are working from home a lot more now than previously, I think that people are going to decorate Christmas earlier. Makes you happy. I mean, there's no reason to wait. We've always had a rule in our family not to decorate until after Thanksgiving. So like either Thanksgiving night or the next day we get out decorations. But I think it's going to be a little different this year. I think we're going to decorate a little early. So people buy Christmas year round, but I have probably 2 to 3 totes worth of Christmas stuff, mainly vintage, to put on the internet. Your thrift stores have probably a Christmas section right now, right? You should go there and you should look for anything from like the 1990s and earlier. Or if you find, I'm trying to think of good Christmas ones. Is it, I've talked about it before. Anything really from the 90s. I've even flipped stuff from like Walmart and Kmart that were made in the 1990s for like more than what they retailed for. It's crazy. So the real is for luxury goods. I did look up something to replace Thredup, and there really isn't anything. I've had a couple people message me about another consignment store, and I just haven't found anything. Some people have tried Buffalo something, and I haven't heard back yet. Something to note is that if you follow Just Likes Pizza on Instagram, I briefly mentioned it last week, her app is now up and running for Relux consignment. I think it's called Relux. It's like a pink icon. I haven't downloaded the app. I'll probably do that tomorrow and look more into it. I believe you take your pictures and you list it, and they will cross-list it for you, and there's only like a 10% selling fee. Cross-listing, like, can you imagine if they put it on these other platforms for you and you don't have to worry about it? That would be great. So, and it would probably be cheaper than a cross-listing tool, but okay. Yeah, I don't really know. There's the Real, there's Vestiaire. You guys can put in the comments. I'm kind of spacing out right now. Okay. Also to note, okay, so if you have Christmas, consider listing it right now. Okay. The other thing is TikTok. Like, it's all the rage, right? Let me know in the comments if you have TikTok. Also, put your name if you have a TikTok so I can follow you. My TikTok is Thrifting is my beach, which is the same for my YouTube and my Instagram. That way I am easy to find. Please follow me. I have a sad like 30 or 35 followers. I'm trying to post content almost every single day. I don't like twerk or do anything crazy, but it's just really for fun. I like acting goofy, and I'll scroll through it and waste like 2 hours of my life sometimes. So I try not to get on it like that, but I think it's a great way to connect and network, and it seems to be the next thing, so I want to stay in the loop about it, and also kind of start to grow a following and a community on there as well. Because like Tom said, not everyone's into Instagram. So that would, and if you have any tips or tricks on TikTok, please let me know. My views are like super low. Yeah, so where can we send men's items online consignment like Thredup ideas? I have actually Googled this as well. I can't find anything. Really, I can't. I think it would be a great market, but I don't know. Okay. Real, losing money on there. I've heard the Real, it takes a long time to sell. Another place is Tradesy. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's all up to your discretion, like, what you want to do. But I'm going to try selling the items myself again until I know what Thredup is doing. I'm almost to the end. Oh my gosh, guys, it's been almost an hour. Thank you for sticking with me. Oh, I talk too much. Okay, so, is it Sherla? You said, Vernon, it will take 3 weeks. Vernon, are you talking about Thredup, like the warehouse in Illinois? Because if you get to have your kit sit there, you are so lucky. My kit started there for the first 2 months, and I was making great sales. Most of it was like goodie bag pulls, and ever since my kits have gone to Arizona, I think I've had 2 goodie pulls, and my sales have plummeted. Oh, not able to up your price to the 80%. Thrifting Dreams. As of glitch time, okay, you are able to raise your prices. You can raise them to like 80%. As long as you do it within the first 12 hours of your kit being like processed from the email. And then you can also adjust your prices if you miss the first 12-hour window. There's like a bidding, whatever, and then for 12 hours, and then after that you can adjust your prices for the items that haven't sold. Thrifty Maddie. Yes, you make listings. Okay, so Thrifty Maddie, I have a Grailed, I can't figure out how to cancel my Grailed. I had it because Katie on the Katie and Vicky show, Katie had a Grailed. And you can also cross list. If you use the list perfectly cross listing tool, they have the Grailed option. And so I'm like, well, hey, this could be great. And I have quite a few like 90s streetwear attire for men. So I cross posted items, and it was a little confusing, but I didn't get much traffic. And I would have tons of guys, well, not tons, but I'd have guys messaging me being like, bro, $20. And when somebody makes you an offer, that includes the shipping. Even when you make your initial listing and you have the shipping as a separate fee that they pay. If they make you an offer, you have to include, that is including the shipping. So just things to figure out with Grailed. I didn't think my account was active anymore, and I actually sold something, and so I had to cancel it, and it was kind of a hassle. So I just need to close my store. I haven't had luck with it, but maybe you would. Maybe like sneakers or something would do better, but yeah, I didn't have much luck there. Handbags, you get paid out immediately. Yeah, you do. That's why I would love to just strictly sell handbags, but I don't find them in decent quality here. Like, you know, a good brand. Okay, I'm summing up. I want to go over my most... Okay, so last week somebody messaged me in the chat and asked how many kits or how many items I had for sale on Thredup. And I tried pulling it up on my phone, and I wasn't able to get the numbers for you. So I made sure I was prepared this time to give you guys numbers to kind of see where I'm going. And I have reclaimed quite a few kits. Like, my numbers are going to continue to decrease for Thredup. So I currently have 320 items for sale, which really isn't that much. You know, I've been doing it for 4 months, almost 5 months, and only sending in a few boxes a week, if that. So I have 2 accounts. On the newest account, I actually haven't gotten paid out yet because it's been open for like a month maybe. And 4 items have sold out of 75. And then for my account that I started out with initially, it has 245 items with 107 sold. And I've made $1,635. So, I don't know. You think it's really worth it? I don't know, guys. I mean, when I get the payout notifications via email, yes, but by the way I'm talking, it's not currently worth it for my time at the moment. But if things change and do improve with processing times and customer service, then yes, I would definitely send my items back in. But it's all up to your personal business preference, so whatever works for you. But right now, I'm going to focus on eBay, Poshmark, all these things that I told you about. And also, one last thing to leave off is I'm thinking ahead for what do I want for 2021. How am I going to grow my business? And I think the answer is Amazon. I know some of you may sell on Amazon, and I recently read something from a seller for Amazon, and they're saying that when they're the type of seller that sends their Amazon merchandise to Amazon's warehouses, and usually Q4 is huge for them and they make so much money, but apparently Amazon warehouses are not able to process these orders in a timely manner, and it's taking like months for them to go through these items, and so they're not going to be ready for Christmas. And for that reason, I think it's merchant fulfilled, which would be kind of crazy, but that way I'm in control of my items, and so when an item sells, I ship it out. But it's not any different than me, you know, shipping out items myself. It's just finding something to sell, and I think I'm going to start by selling things in my house. I highly recommend that to anybody who wants to resell to make money, is not to put any capital into it and sell your own things first. That way you work out any kinks. So, well, let me know if you guys have any further questions. I don't have anything for you. If you have any questions or any topics for next week, message me on Instagram at Thrifting is my beach, and I'll make note of that, and so we can go over a certain topic. Here, returns are a nightmare on Amazon. Yes, I have heard that returns are kind of crazy, but I mean, returns in e-commerce are always going to be there. It's just, do they outweigh, you know, all the sales? Because I follow somebody on Instagram who was a huge Thredup seller, and she, you know, has all these things for Thredup, but she got back into Amazon and she's killing it. So I mean, I think I'm definitely going to give it a try. Yep, I totally agree. But thank you so much for all of you for sticking with me for a full hour. This is insane. I can't believe that you guys really want to listen to me ramble and being active in the chat. I do really appreciate it. So come back next Thursday. You know, I'm still going to discuss Thredup, but it's not the only part of my business. So I hope you guys have a safe weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a thriftalicious day, guys. Alright, I am ending the live. Alright, thank you so much, guys. Thanks, Tom, for all your support. Alright, guys. Alright, bye.